Hi guys, I am so excited to talk to you today about Bird Box by Josh Malerman. Hello, thank you so much for joining today. I'm Beth, this is Remark, and today we're going to talk about a spooky book for October. It is Bird Box by Josh Malerman. This book is so good. It is in the horror genre, and it follows a woman named Mallory. She lives in this sort of post-apocalyptic world because there are these monsters that to gaze upon them means certain death. People will look at these monsters and then all of a sudden kill themselves and each other. Somehow a few humans have survived. Mallory is one of them, but as we know in a lot of these post-apocalyptic stories, the monsters aren't the only thing to watch out for. A lot of times humans are just as dangerous, if not more dangerous. And so it's a very interesting journey that we follow her on as she battles both these supernatural elements as well as the ones right there in the physical world. So we follow her through two different timelines. We follow her in the present where she is escaping with her two young 4-year-old children to try and find a better life. In the other timeline, we see what led her up to now. And so we get to see the world go bad. We get to see the fact that she's pregnant. And then we get to see this intense training that she puts these kids through in a world where you can't trust your sense of sight because these monsters could come across your sight line at any time. You have to rely really heavily on your sense of hearing. And so Mallory, since her baby's births, has been training them intensely to be able to identify different sounds and to really develop their sense of hearing to an almost oh boy, just a pitch that we in today's society just can't even fathom doing. Now the thing that left a question in my mind was the nature of the monsters themselves. I still find myself pondering whether the monsters were good intentioned, bad intentioned, what exactly their MO was, because they never directly incited violence upon these people. You know, we never saw any bloody claws or fangs coming from the creatures themselves. All they did was walk across their paths and allow themselves to be seen. Now, obviously, there's something nefarious going on with that, but in some of the interactions they have with Mallory, I wouldn't say that they're kind or benevolent in any way, but I wonder if there's some sort of theological reference to be had there. I can't fully wrap my mind around it. It's really interesting. And then there's the fact that there are a few people who seem to be immune to the creatures, and it seems to be the worst people among them, the ones who seem to have gone the darkest themselves. It makes me think about other creatures that are similarly situated throughout other pieces of history. So when you think about Medusa from Greek mythology that had snakes for hair, which sometimes I feel like I do on a bad hair day, but that's beside the point. She had snakes for hair, and to gaze upon her would turn you to stone. And then you also had the basilisk, which comes from European folklore. I believe that this has been used in Harry Potter a couple times, but a basilisk is kind of like a serpent-like creature who, if he gazes upon you, it turns you to, I think it either turns you to stone or it kills you on the spot. Interestingly enough, weasels were immune to the basilisk, which seems really similar to Bird Box, where the people who are immune to the creatures are pretty weaselly themselves. Boy, I swear, nice guys just can't catch a break. It's only the evil ones who seem to be able to be immune to stuff like this, which doesn't that just suck? This book is being made into a movie for Netflix starring Sandra Bullock. I'm sure it will be wonderful as well, or else. The thing that really gets me now is that after finishing that book, I just want to read more horror. It's just, it's such a good book, and it makes me want to read more of Josh Malerman. In fact, I'm in the middle of his next book, Unbury Carol, which is a completely different type of book. It's more of almost a Western. What horror books do you guys have that you can recommend to me? bring them on. I want them. October is a month to be scared silly, and I'm up to the challenge. Thanks for watching today, guys. I will catch you next week. See ya.